Hello everybody. Today I have for you a hat format deck. This one is another favorite of mine, Artifact Cyber Dragons. It does something a lot of the other decks can't do in this format, and that's make Pleiades. Pleiades is, in my opinion, the most powerful monster of the format, being a quick effect that you can use during either player's turn. Really puts it a league above any other effect in the format. You don't have a lot of quick effects at the time. And this deck has the potential to make not one, but two Pleiades very easily. So to start us off, we got our Cyber Dragon engine. 3 of your basic normal Cyber Dragon. Not much to say here, you can special summon from your hand. He's a decent beater, but he's mostly just used for your Cyber Dragon engine. Next up, you have your Cyber Dragon Core. This card, when normal summoned, can search you any cyber spell or trap, and you can banish it from your graveyard to special summon a Cyber Dragon if your opponent controls a monster and you don't. This is a very powerful card. You'll use it to search Cyber Network and Cyber Repair Plant. Cyber Network is destroyed during your third standby phase after activation, and then every turn you can use it to banish a light machine from your deck if you control a Cyber Dragon. And then when this card's sent to the graveyard, you get to special summon all your banished light machines. Yeah, so at the very least you'll get 3 Cyber Dragons banished before it pops, but you can get even more through other methods. This is going to allow you to whip out many Pleiades very quickly. And if you need to trigger this before your third standby phase, you can use things like Artifact Ignition and Double Cyclone, which we'll go into in a little bit. You have here Cyber Dragon Dre. He can make all Cyber Dragons on your field level 5, including your core, to make rank 5s a little easier. If this card is banished, all your Cyber Dragons you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. This is very useful with your Cyber Dragon network to keep your Cyber Dragons alive, keep you alive while you're setting things up. It's important to note though that he only changes levels when he's normal summoned, which means that if you're summoning him off Cyber Network, he's still only going to be level 4. That's okay though, because there are some powerful rank 4s in the format, like Abyss Dweller and of course Silent Honor Arc that you can make with him. It's still a good target to bring back with Cyber Network. Next up, you have Cyber Eltanin. Cyber Eltanin is a nice addition to this deck because you can use it to banish all light machines from your field and graveyard, and then his attack and defense becomes 500 times that. And when he's summoned, he sends all other cards on the field to the graveyard. Not destroys, but sends them. This allows you to have easy access to a searchable field wipe. Very useful utility. He also gains a decent amount of attack if it's in the late game, and he sets up for your Cyber Networks. Next up is the Cyber Repair Plant. This is how you would search your Cyber Eltanin. So if you have a Cyber Dragon engraved, you can either search a light machine or shuffle a light machine from your graveyard into the deck. This is searchable off core, giving you extra utility. Next up you have Cyber Network, which I've already discussed. Then you have Artifact Sanctum. Artifact Sanctum lets you special summon the artifact from your deck, and then if this card is destroyed, you get to destroy a card on the field. You'll be using this as special Artifact Moraltech or Artifact Beagletack in order to trigger Moraltech's effect to destroy a card on the field, non-targeting, or Beagletack's effect to destroy your own set Moraltech to then special summon to pop a card on the field. This gives you access to more rank 5s, of course. It's honestly one of the defining cards of the format. It's the artifacts is the A in hat. Next up you have Artifact Ignition. This allows you to set an artifact from your deck and destroy a spell trap card on the field. So not only can you use this to trigger your artifact monsters or destroy your cyber network, you can use it to destroy your opponent's back row. Very versatile card in this deck. You have Double Cyclone, which is another additional way to trigger your artifacts and your cyber network. Traditionally, this card would be seen as a neg 1 and generally not good, but in this deck, not only is it easy back row removal as a quick effect, but triggering your own effects, destroying your own back row is very important to this deck and strategy. 3-Pod Duality, of course, for consistency. A lot of the time, you're not even special summoning on your own turn, especially in those early turns, you're really just going to be setting up. So Duality is a great addition to this deck. 2 Soul Charge. We all know and love Soul Charge. Why not 3? You don't really need 3. You're not going to be resolving this in the early game very quickly. It's more of a follow-up thing with your Cyber Dragon network after your Cyber Dragon network is resolved. You also have Honest. All the monsters in this deck are light, making Honest a strong and valuable addition. We have a couple of your back row staples, Torrential, Solemn Warning, and Bottomless Trap Hole. Only the most powerful of the staples. And then Call the Haunted. Now, Call the Haunted is very powerful because if you use it on your opponent's turn, you can trigger your artifact monsters, effectively giving you 3 more Sanctums. The extra deck is a little unique for this format. You have a bunch of fusions. The Twin-Headed and the Barbaroid are just targets to summon off of your Cyber Dragon Nova if your opponent is dumb enough to actually destroy it. You of course have Chimera Tech Fortress. All your machine monsters can be used to absorb your opponent's machine monsters. A couple of rank 4s in Silent Honor Arc and Abyss Dweller. You have Artifact Durandal. Durandal is a very unique card because it also has a quick effect to change the effect of one of your opponent's cards to being destroy a spell or trap card that you control, which can then be used to trigger your artifact monsters. But more effective, importantly, it can negate things like back row removal or field wipes and such. It can also be used to attach a card to shuffle both players' hands into the deck and to draw the same amount. A nice little reset effect, not really that important. I know there's some shenanigans you can do with this and draw Lockbird, but I don't believe this to be the format to do that. 3 Pleiades, this is your most important Exceed monster. You'll be making this as much as you can. Quick effect to bounce a card, very powerful. You can do this on your opponent's end phase to quickly clear the board before you push for game on the next turn. Very good against Hat in particular. Those slow decks, there's no way they will be able to defend themselves if you're bouncing 2+ cards with every Pleiades. We got an M7, something you can put on top of Pleiades after you've used its effect. You can detach a material to return a monster on the field or graveyard to the hand. Very versatile card, a great thing to put on these Pleiades. 2 Cyber Dragon Nova. Detach a material to summon a Cyber Dragon from your graveyard, and then you banish a Cyber Dragon to gain 2100 attack. Good for OTK, and good for maintaining Cyber Dragons on your board. If it's sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, special summon any machine fusion from your extra tech. 1 Gaia Charger, the Thunder Charger, or 1 Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger. You can put this on top of any of your rank 5s, has piercing, good utility. Last but not least, a Volcasaurus. I don't know why the image isn't working on Dueling Book right now. Destroy a face-up card on the field, and then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of that card. It can't attack that turn, but you could then put a Gaia Charger on top of it to then attack with the Gaia Charger, allowing you to push for a lot of damage very quickly. Very useful card. A few things to note in the side deck. You have, of course, DNA Surgery. Turn your opponent's monsters to machines. Then you can contact fusion with them in any of your Cyber Dragons. And Malevolent Catastrophe can be used to trigger artifact cards on your opponent's turn also, and also deal with your opponent's back row. Very good. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that deck list. Expect another one coming out soon. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.